something that goes on in these self-imposed identity crises. And I say self-imposed for a few reasons. One reason being, this is what happens when you try to run away from what you are. These arguments about what are we, when sometimes it's just better to leave well enough alone. It's a number of reasons for these self-inflicted headaches, but I'll give just one more, but later. Now, remember that picnic scene from Minister Society? That dude, Sharif? Remember they told Sharif, man, we ain't trying to hear all that right now, man. We trying to eat something, smoke, drink, but you here trying to bless every damn body. We ain't trying to hear that right now, man. Remember? And they said that Sharif was so happy that he found Allah that he tried to push that on his homies. Or the other scene.
Why don't you come to Kansas with us? What, nigga?
Hey, man, y'all need to stop calling each other niggas. That's what y'all need to stop doing.
Anyways, nigga, I said you should come up to Kansas with us. I know I'd be trying to fuck. What about you, Reef?
Yeah, whatever. Here, put that in for me.
Nigga, you better go somewhere with that black power shit. You know that shit gets no play in this ride. Man, I wish this motherfucker would hurry up.
And this is what goes on with these we need to know thyself Negroes. The ones who like to fuss and fight over who, what, when, where, how, and why we are. Both sides, all sides, intruding upon the other instead of just leaving well enough alone. But that's what happens, and not just with these cosmetic cultural battles, but in life. That's what we will do. We will find something new. We'll find some new thing and then try to get other people on it. It happens. Won't leave well enough alone. All these people, Moorish, Israelite, West African, indigenous to the Americas, black people, nigger, Egyptian stuff. And some people believe we're from the star Sirius B, not even from Earth. We're from a constellation and shit. And when I see those arguments like, you know, especially among a group that's been at it for months or years, I think, you know, when I look at them, I think, all of them are too bullheaded to even come out of their mouths and utter the words, nobody knows for sure. I don't care where you think we come from. Right? Those arguments remind me of those who think that they know for a fact what God is and what people were created first. When nobody really knows for sure, for a fact that can't be disputed, nobody knows. Now we have ideas and maybe sources and references and citations that helped us form our idea into a conclusion, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. Or like atheists swear up and down that they know that a God don't exist, but they can't prove that. No more than a theist can prove God's existence without any doubt about it. But it's all something to talk about. It's all something to talk about, I guess. But it's not really important, especially when it causes all these disturbances. Now, let me do my disclaimer this way. Right, this stadium, everybody here, but not for the same reasons. Some there to play the game of football, of course. And some are there to watch the game because they love it. And some don't even like football, but they're there because maybe they won some free tickets or something. Right? Some are there to work, you know, clean up the place, make sure the cameras and lights and other electronics is working. You know, you got your security working there, people parking cars or whatever. Everybody all in the same place, but not for the same reasons. Had to do that. Had to do my disclaimer that way before I agree with Clown here. Got to make it clear that his reasons for where he stands are not mine. But I do agree with him on certain things. Let me show you a problem.
All right.
All right. Next caller on the line. Peace and Black Power family. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Bishop Black Jesus Minister.
All right. Black Jesus Minister. You have a question?
What's up, Black Jesus Minister?
Yeah, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? My question is for Brother Taz. And I do got to make a quick comment to Jabari, but let me go to Taz first. Brother Taz, did you know, I too have a great grandmother who was part Choctaw, and I live here in Texas, and we know the Choctaw were in Louisiana until the Trail of Tears. But did you also know, brother, that at a particular time that the Choctaw were part of the five so-called civilized tribes who owned and enslaved black people that looked like you? Did you know that, brother, that the Choctaw were one of the five civilized tribes that enslaved black Americans like you?
Yeah, slavery ended on the plant on the reservation in 1866. You should go thump.
So do you agree that your Choctaw ancestors enslaved black people?
Like, I don't read Bibles. You a Bible thumper. Wrong guy.
I don't know if I got an answer or not, brother. I can barely hear you. Do you agree that the Choctaw enslaved black people who looked like you?
You heard the question. If Taz is going to answer, then ask one of his own. And the response is a problem that I have with you supposed African-centered Negroes.
I don't know if I got an answer or not, brother. I can barely hear you. Do you agree that the Choctaw enslaved black people who looked like you?
Yes. Do you agree that Africans sold slaves that look like me?
All right. Well, I'm asking questions, brother. Now my last question, brother. Hold on, brother. My last question.
But do you know that Africans sold black people? Then it was, what had happened was, that's a problem. Because when it comes to acknowledging the tyranny that happens in the United States or maybe the gang violence or whatever is up with us, y'all acknowledge it outright. But when somebody point out the ills of Africa and Africans, then it's, what had happened was, bro, let me ask you a question, brother. Have you ever been to Africa? No, I ain't never been to Africa. You can't talk about Africa if you ain't never been to Africa. Well, why do I need to go to Africa to talk about Africa? Y'all make all kind of excuses. That's a problem. It is. You heard him get quiet after Taz asked him about the slave trade. Right? Now, I do agree with the "we were always here" people. But, like I said, same place, but not for the same reasons. This foolishness of the "we were always here" people, denying Africanoid DNA and asking dumb questions like, well, if the slave trade happened, then where are the slave ships? That's stupid. Disgusted at the idea of ancestors being brought here from Africa. I ain't with it. "We were always here" means to me, born, raised in hundreds of years of ancestry right here. But all y'all should leave people alone. Leave well enough alone. Y'all's cultural nationalism is superficial and cosmetic. It means nothing. Let me show y'all what it amounts to.
You're saying that I can't have a hairstyle because of your culture? Why?
Because it's my culture. Do you know what belongs to me?
Do you know it was in Egyptian culture? Are you Egyptian? Nah, bro, you're not.
Are you Egyptian?
No, but it doesn't matter.
Wait, where's Egypt? Tell me.
You know what, girl?
Where's Egypt?
Dude, go. You have no right to tell me what I can not read. Huh?
Where's Egypt?
Yo, girl, stop touching me right now.
Yo, girl, stop touching me right now. Come back.
Get off of me.
Come back. You put your hands on me, no more.
Like, you're gonna make some shit because of what the hair I have? That's no reason, yo. I don't need your disrespect. I don't need your disrespect.
Why are you filming this?
Just for everyone's safety.
Risked it all over some damn hair. Now, I don't remember if they threw her out of school or they were about to, but whatever the case, you risked all you've worked for and were working towards for some damn hair that you thought only you should be wearing. That's how I see y'all's silly tribal wars over identity. It yields nothing. No political prowess, no economic powerhouses has it established. Nothing. No anything of substance or sustenance. You just get to wear some different stuff, or you get to call yourself something else. That's your reward. No, but no reward for this collective of black people that y'all claim you want things for. We get nothing. But these self-imposed identity problems, the self-harming Negroes. Another reason I describe these things as self-imposed is the beating up of people. Because when people beat you up and beat you down, somebody else could come along and give you any old thing. That's how people like Yvette Carnell was able to come along and hand y'all some trash called ADOS. She was telling you for years that we are nothing and we have nothing, just so she can come along and hand you any old thing. And it was called AOS. And you was happy to get it because you were told that you were incomplete. And you believed it. Same thing with these Moorish, Hebrew, Egyptian clowns. Made to feel ashamed of being a nigger. Which made it easy for somebody to come along and hand them any old thing. And now you're a Moor, you're a Hebrew, you're an Egyptian, you're an alien from the star Sirius B. Told you that you should be ashamed of your American heritage, so you run to Africa. Told you that you should be ashamed of your Africanoid DNA, so now you're denying Africa. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's a lot more I could say. I really want to go in, but I won't. And there's one more thing I want to say about this Jabari and Taz thing, but not now.